Welcome back to Icing the Puck. We're back at you again with more stuff on the NHL. Not too much going on in the league right now, bro. Not too much at all, but
a little bit of a quiet week.
Just a bit of coasting here. So everybody, this might be a shorter episode. We're going to try things a little different right now. Everybody go follow the socials. Icing the Puck Pod or Icing the Puck Podcast on everything. It's pretty easy to find us. Just see our beautiful faces pop up and you know who it is. I want to thank you everybody on the TikTok for the crazy engagement we got this past week. I want to give a shout out to my boy Matt. I'm very stupid and I can't remember your name off the top of my head. Let's look it up. Lips, Puck, and Chirps. Everybody go follow my boy Matt on TikTok. We did a live this week. We had an incredible time. He's a good source for New York Rangers content. Hey man, how's the weekend been? How you doing?
It's been good. So far, so good. Easy weekend for me, just hanging out. But 2 good hockey games so far, and lots more hockey and sports for the rest of the day. So yeah, it's been pretty good so far. You?
Pretty good. Found out my Texas Longhorns didn't make the playoffs. I think I kind of saw that one coming, but it's okay. My Cowboys lost on Thursday, as everybody knows. Pretty tough, but it'll be all right. My Stars on their East Coast road trip hung in there pretty well. Overtime loss to the Rangers, beat up on New Jersey, and then beat up on the Sharks a little bit coming back home on Friday night. So, good for me, hanging in there. We play Pittsburgh here in a couple hours, so we'll see how that game goes. Matt Duchene's back. Should be nice. Yeah,
not too many games today, but I think it'll be some good games.
That's for sure. Yeah, your Colorado Avs won this morning.
They just beat Philadelphia, but Philadelphia looks pretty good, actually. Like, it was a good game. They're kind of a sneaky team there. They played a lot better than I expected them to, and yeah, they looked pretty good. They put up a good fight. They had a penalty shot. Love always seeing penalty shots in the games, but of course it was Zegras, who has like the highest percentage of penalty shot scoring ever.
He's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Really good this year.
Yeah, very good. But no, so far it's been a good weekend. I'm just excited to watch the rest of these games today and some football as well.
That's right. Your Broncos play?
Yeah. Yep.
When they play?
Yep. They play this afternoon at
right
4
now?
o'clock? No, 4 o'clock or something like that.
Okay.
I think 4:30. Yeah. Against the Raiders.
Easy win.
Big rivalry there. Well, we'll see. The last game didn't go against the Raiders, was a little iffy, but
still a win.
That's true.
That was like a super low scoring one, right? A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, it was a good game. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I mean, kind of a slow week in the league. Not a ton of stuff outside of the regular games happened. Not a ton of news. Been a couple roster changes or positional changes within the division and the league and stuff like that. But all in all, pretty similar still. A couple teams that we talked about last week have just continued to look not good at all. Nashville now sitting at the bottom of the league, 1 point off Vancouver, who is right there, man, it's been rough for them. Yeah, they have not looked very good at all, which is crazy because they've had some good scoring from some of their guys, but just haven't been winning games, which is unfortunate for them.
It's funny. I've actually been watching a decent amount of Vancouver hockey. Not something I really expected myself to be doing, but find that I'm most available late at night, right before bed. Find myself watching the games a little bit.
All those West Coast games that start at 9:30.
Of course. I stay up kind of late. I'm a night bit here and there. I watched their game against the Wild. I was actually kind of impressed by them. I thought, it was a good win. They somehow managed to get past the Wild's goaltending. I thought maybe they'd turn the season around, but you look at the games before that and, they had 2 games only scoring 1 point against Utah and Colorado. The problem with Vancouver is inconsistency. They can let the games kind of get away from them a little bit here and there. And a lot of guys sometimes don't put in as much effort as you'd want. Evander Kane a little bit. Elias Pettersson still seems to be a problem.
He's out, isn't he? Didn't he get injured?
He was playing against Minnesota, I'm pretty sure.
I think he's out now.
Did he get hurt?
I think so.
Did not play against Minnesota. I guess he's been out a little bit, but
it's hard to tell because there's 4 Petterssons on that same team. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, his contract is just a disaster all the way around. I don't know. I think that team is going to offload a little bit here in a couple months. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
I know that when you talked about last week about Quinn Hughes and then posted on like TikTok and stuff like that, so a lot of people were like, no way, like it's not going to happen. Or some people were like, it's going to happen, but he's not going to go to, not going to go to New Jersey or whatever. But I definitely think he's one of the biggest pieces. I think they're going to have to offload him, or he wants out. Basically, they can trade him and get something good for him and
So I
basically
don't know
full
if it
rebuild now.
was I don't know if it was Friedman or Saravalli, but one of them this morning said that officially there have been discussions with New Jersey. There's no deal in place or anything, but there have been discussions. I think he's out the door, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's
He's
leaving.
playing like he's out the door. I've
Yeah,
noticed
he's been
that.
a little off.
Yeah, he's I mean, he's still really good, but he's playing a little he's not going 100%. I can tell you that for sure.
I don't know why you would on that team. Nobody
Yeah.
else does.
By risk getting yourself injured just for a team that's in that spot. So
Not making it
I
anywhere.
don't blame him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, another team that we talked about last week, we're kind of just going to off the rip today.
Yeah, just kind of jump around a little bit.
The Florida Panthers, man, still really struggling.
What are you talking about? They won the 6-7 game. What are you talking about?
I know, I watched that whole game yesterday. I was just about to say, actually a really good game, but like Bobrovsky is letting in 6 goals now. Like this is a normal thing. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole team is just so off kilter. And like yesterday is the first time in a minute that I actually saw something out of Sam Bennett.
Right?
Seriously, he hasn't been doing anything this year.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't have the pieces around him. Like, is that contract kind of looking like a bit of a not so good for the Panthers here? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird in the sense of like he's such a good player, but he just hasn't been showing up and he just hasn't been performing this year. I feel like if they make playoffs, that's where he'll just go crazy again, but you got to make playoffs in order for that to happen. And he's got to either, I mean, I don't know what it is that is going on right now with them, but I mean, it could be the two big injuries with Tkachuk and Barkov out. I mean, no leadership kind of on the team because those two guys had kind of, Barkov's the captain and then Matthew Tkachuk had come in and taken up a very prominent spot on that team as kind of a face or sort of the face of that team. So having both those guys out can make a big difference. And I mean, that could be the biggest one right now, but I don't know. I mean, some of their games are...
Bennett usually plays alongside Tkachuk too, like usual line mates. So
yeah, Tkachuk Merchant.
When teams have to shuffle lines like this, like things could get complicated, but we're a couple months into the season now. I feel like if we were gonna see a spark out of Florida, we would have seen it by now. Once again, another team with just inconsistency to start the year. Like you beat Columbus, barely hanging in there. I think they literally beat them with like 0.3 seconds left in overtime. It was about to go to a shootout, and it was a great goal. Like when they beat them, Sam Bennett goal. But yeah, I mean, they lose to the Predators, lose to the Maple Leafs. It's not looking good for Florida. Like you said, we kind of talked last week. They're kind of going to have to, pull themselves out of this, come the second half. And I don't know if they're too far behind to be able to. Let's see, they have 28 points. The division's still tight. Tampa's 34 points. So, I mean, it's tight. It's a tight race. We'll see how things shape up. I mean, obviously here in the Eastern Conference, it's, wildfire just spreading.
Yeah.
Each team kind of getting a different place every week. So
yeah. The Metro's still pretty consistent though.
No losing teams still.
Nope. No losing teams. It's kind of shuffled around a little bit, kind of in the middle of the group there, but again, nobody's like they're all within like a game or two worth of points of each other, which can change in like a couple days, obviously. I mean, if one team loses and one team wins, then like they're swapping spots, and yeah, it's a pretty tight race there.
Capitals leading the surge.
Mm-hmm.
They look good.
They do look good. They didn't they had a pretty bad loss the other day though, didn't they?
I think they lost to Anaheim the other day. They lost 4-3 to the Ducks, but prior to that, beat the Sharks 7-1, beat the Kings 3-1. They've had a good road trip out west so far. The Ducks are a tough opponent right now.
Yeah. I mean, still leading that division over there. They're just 1 point ahead of Vegas right now, which is Vegas is coming back. They're coming back to that spot that we thought they would be in.
I think as we expected, I like Vegas sometimes, I feel like I like Vegas too much. And I'm not like, I don't ride Vegas super hard, but like, I think their players, like, I love how they have that mix of like the original Misfits that they've had for a long time, but you have to, even if you don't like Vegas, you have to respect them. Okay. Because this team, like, seriously, always finds a way to stay in a winning position.
Mm-hmm.
Like aggressive, getting Mitch Marner, getting Jack Eichel a couple years ago, like Flurry leaves, so you develop Aiden Hill more. He goes probably the best goaltending performance we've ever seen in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
arguably. I mean, the team stays aggressive, and look for them to stay aggressive come the deadline too. I mean,
Yeah.
like they're gonna make sure they're in a position to win the cup. They've been winning games. They've been winning a lot of games, impressive games too. They beat New Jersey. They beat Chicago, which we'll get to Chicago in a second. A couple things to talk about with them, but like New Jersey, Chicago, they fell short to some Canadian teams a little earlier last month, but yeah, I mean, impressive wins by Vegas. They're climbing to the top in arguably one of the easier divisions to play in here in the league. A lot of teams kind of down on their luck there, but yeah, Chicago, man. Chicago, I mean, they're not so much, they're not in a playoff position anymore. Or are they in a wild card spot?
No, they just
Yeah.
fell out of a wild card spot.
And
So
Edmonton climbed into one.
So that's what I wanted to talk about. Edmonton. Edmonton's kind of turning it up a little bit here. We kind of speculated that they would do that a little bit. I mean, they still don't look great. They're not a perfect team, but they do this kind of every year. They have this like slow start, and then they kind of turn it up a little bit. But the question is it sustainable? They're getting away with some of these games. I mean, they do have some really impressive wins.
Scoring goals.
Yeah,
like
the
crazy
scores.
these past two games.
Yeah.
6-2 against Winnipeg, 9-4 against Seattle. I mean, that was... Oof.
Yep.
Both at home, too. They play well at home, for the most part.
Yeah. I saw a thing today. They're undefeated in their alternate jersey.
The new one?
So far, yeah, the new alternate, their jersey so far this season, they're undefeated. So maybe they should just wear those more.
I loved that jersey when it came out, like on the internet, and then I watched the games and I hate it now. I think it's so gross.
Why? Like the color or just like the design?
I don't like, the designs. I thought the design was cool. You know me, I'm a big like letter guy, big word guy. Like I like the word logos. I think they look good. You don't, I know, but like I thought it was cool when it came out, and then they wore it on the ice. Like not enough orange. Not enough orange. Too much blue.
Yeah. I don't like the mix of the orange and blue with the like the off-white.
Yeah.
But I think they need to do like, I mean, their home jersey, regular jersey is like mostly orange, but this would look cool if they did the orange with the off-white where the orange is on the jersey.
I was going to say, if they did the logo in the orange, would look better. Would look a little better. But that's enough. Listen, I feel like if we keep talking about these standings, then we're going to get a little, we've already kind of broached the topic of what our theme is today. I have a couple hypothetical scenarios that I'm going to float out there, and Jordan is going to give me a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least likely, 10 being the most likely that it happens. All right. We got a couple, and a couple of them are tied to some of these teams that we discussed. So
yeah, well, I want to hear. You're going to hear mine. I want to hear yours too. I want to get yours on it too as well. Okay,
for sure.
Because I think it's a good.
I'll comment after you give me your initial thoughts.
Yeah. I want to see if you agree or disagree with me. That's more like.
For sure. We'll start with we're going to start on a whole other end of where we were here. This is a total rumor, but it came up. Thought it would be kind of fun if I threw it in there. But do the LA Kings hire Pete DeBoer as their next head coach, whether it's in this season or if it's next season? 1 to 10, how likely is it that the LA Kings hire Pete DeBoer
on that,
as their next head coach?
We kind of talked about it a little bit this week. I definitely think it is, I'll give it like a 6.
Whoa, it's higher than I thought you'd give it.
Yeah, I give it a 6, mostly because LA has a habit of making bad decisions. And they would have to pay him way too much money to get him to take that job, and it would just be like, why? It's just stupid. Although it's not going to affect the team because, you know, coach salaries don't affect the cap or anything like that. But still, it's just like, why would you do that? I mean, they're fine right now. I mean, is there a reason to replace your head coach right now? Like,
No, I don't think so. But I think it's glam and glitz in Beverly Hills over there. It's kind of they look for a little bit of a
they just
something
want
to
to shake
shake
it up.
things up. But I'm
So
gonna
they
give
want
it.
to. So they want to make it out of the first round, but lose in the conference final. I see that's what they want to do.
They'd make a conference final. Well, maybe that's what they're looking for right now. I don't know, but I'm one of the few Stars fans who doesn't hate Pete DeBoer. Yeah, actually, I don't think people really hate him, but I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 5, and that's a neutral stance. This is one of the only ones I'm probably gonna go neutral on that I'm gonna ask
Yeah,
you. I'll give it a 5 just because it's only a rumor right now. The Kings are in a playoff spot technically. The team is going to look different next year. We know that. Maybe after the Olympics, I'll increase my score a little bit. He is the assistant
yeah,
coach for Team Canada.
yeah,
So we'll
yeah. I
see.
mean, I think it's just like kind of what the comments that he said about it. It's like I'm good where I'm at. I'm good with what I'm doing right now. So it'd have to be a hell of an offer to even consider it. Which, I mean, if you're LA, do you want to entertain that? Like, do you want to go and spend all this money on that when you could be doing it something else with it? Obviously, like I said, it doesn't affect the cap, but still, I mean, money is money at the end of the day.
Do you want to
It's
spend
going
it
to be
on something that
expensive.
might not be a good asset? I get
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It's spending money when you don't need to because you already have a head coach who's, in my opinion, doing fine. I mean, that would suck. Like that's kind of a shitty thing to do to replace your coach that's performing
Especially
okay.
midway through.
Yeah, like that would be weird. If
Yeah.
anything, it would maybe be in the off season, but
Yeah.
still, yeah.
Next one. How likely is it on a scale of 1 to 10 that Quinn Hughes gets traded?
Oh, gets traded? Oh, 10. 100% he's getting traded this year.
To who?
That's a harder question. We talked about it with New Jersey. I don't think he's going to get traded to New Jersey this season. I can see him getting traded to another East Coast team and playing out the rest of his contract there, and then in free agency signing with New
Is
Jersey.
his contract up after this year?
No, he is this
Okay, yeah.
year, next year, and then after next year, he's a free agent, I
So you know where I
believe.
think? By the way, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm just gonna go one
Yeah,
below because
you're so hesitant to give it a 10. Come on.
all right,
Come
I'll just
on.
throw out a 10. I'll just throw a 10. He's getting traded. Vancouver's terrible. I think he goes to the Flyers.
That's a good yeah.
That's been floated around a little bit. It's close to his brothers. New Jersey, Newark,
Rivals,
New Jersey, where
kind
they
of.
play in Philadelphia. It's only like a 2.5 hour drive or something. He can go see him whenever he wants. They're gonna play a couple times a year too. I mean, why not?
You know he's not driving. He's flying for sure. He's flying on it.
But I don't know if New Jersey can figure out a cap situation to get him. I mean, maybe are they? They
I don't.
got a
I think
couple.
they have cap room.
They have
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
space. Yeah,
yeah,
they have space.
yeah.
It just what would they have to give up?
Yeah, that's the. They don't have. I don't think they have the
Assets.
assets right now. Oh, actually, oh shit. Never mind. They are not. After so. Oh shit. Yeah, they're actually no. They do not have the cap room for it. They would have to. They would definitely have to offload some stuff.
I mean, hey, if they're willing to unite those three,
Yeah, they've
they'll
got just under
offload
3
whatever.
million in cap space right now,
Oof.
and they have a projected cap space of negative 4 million.
Oof.
Yeah, so
We'll see. I mean, hey, if they want him that bad, if they want all the brothers together, make it happen. But as of right now, I think he's going to be a Flyer.
I mean that's a good. Yeah, I mean I can see that happening. I really don't know where he would go. There's a lot of options.
Rick Tocchet is the Flyers head coach too.
Yeah,
His
I could
former
see him
coach.
going somewhere like well somewhere like Columbus, pairing him up with like Zach Werenski. That would go
Or
crazy,
Provorov, one of
dude.
those two. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. I'm thinking it's gonna have to be one of those teams. New Jersey is in. They've kind of built a solid team. They're like not in a semi rebuild mode or like they're in a
They're in win
you
now.
know
They're in
yeah.
win now.
And they just don't have. I don't think they can trade the assets they would need to get him and clear up enough cap to get him and still be a team that's competitive like that. Like they would have to give up too much right now. But in a couple years, I could definitely see them trying to make a move and sign him in free agency, which I think if it sounds like he's really willing to make a deal with them, but you still have to afford it and still have to, have the space for him. So
For sure. But I think he for sure gets traded. He's not happy there. I don't think anybody's happy there. As we discussed, the team is falling apart. So why not? I mean, I think the fans will be absolutely devastated trading away. And this is such classic Vancouver. We need to cover this. A couple years ago, they traded their captain. They had no problem trading Bo Horvat to the Islanders. And the package didn't even work out. I think they got Beauvillier, Atu Ratu, and a first-round pick, which they flipped, I think, to another team. But, like, their center depth is horrible. They lost a good leader, a good player who's, has 30 goal seasons with the Islanders.
Yeah.
Like
he's doing well with the Islanders right now. So
he is. He's doing really well. I think
not
he's
as
on
much on the
pace
score
for like
sheet, but
35 or 40.
Yeah, I mean, but he's looked good on there. Like when they were playing, like when they played Colorado the other day, he looked pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, they have no problem trading away one of the best players on their team. Now will for sure be the best,
especially when the player wants to be traded. Like that's even easier for them. So, but that's got to be a huge morale, but like blow as well. It's like our captain wants out. Like, ouch. Yeah. Although to be fair, I don't think Quinn Hughes was the right choice for a captain. He's a good player, but again, he doesn't seem like he's that voice in the room. Like, he's a very reserved, like quiet
I don't think
player.
Any of the Hughes brothers should get a C, man. They're except for Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes is dating Tate McRae. Give him whatever he wants. It's fine.
Is he? Rate that rumor on a likelihood of 1 to 10.
Did you not see the pictures of them strolling around in New York City, bro?
No, I'm gonna be honest. I don't look at that.
We have a big female audience. Okay, this is important to them. All right, clip that. That will get thousands upon thousands. Ladies, I'm in the loop. Okay,
you're in the know about Tate McRae. You big fan?
I couldn't name one song.
I was just gonna say I don't think I could name a single song. I don't even think I could tell you, like, if one played, I couldn't tell you if that's her or not.
I just know she's a Calgary fan.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, so, but she's probably a New Jersey fan now. All right, next one. Let's move on. Enough of that. Does Tage Thompson get traded? Likelihood 1 to 10.
Ooh.
It's been floated around a little bit.
I can go both directions on that one. I'm actually going to lean more towards less likely. I'm going to give it like a 4.
Okay.
Right.
Why?
So like less. Why? It's completely that was just like my first like gut instinct of like historically Buffalo has made really bad moves. They just don't know how to manage a team. If you listen to this this podcast, that I'm not a big fan of Buffalo and how they run their team and what they do. I know that some of the rumors sure is that Tage Thompson kind of wants out too. If I was in his shoes, I would definitely want to get out of Buffalo as well. But just to be turning into shit on Buffalo for 10 minutes here. I don't know. I just, I don't know what they would try and trade for in return. I mean, are they going to go back into a rebuild mode? Like they're supposed to be like partway through a rebuild and getting out of one. It's like, are they going to just, let's start back at the beginning again? Like that'd be crazy. Like, unless you lose him in free agency, I don't think you shouldn't trade him away.
He's not going anywhere in free agency. He's locked down long term.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
The second year of his like max term deal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, unless it's like, that you're not like, he's not on a long-term deal and that you're going to lose him at the end of like the next season, then that makes sense to trade him. But you've got him locked down for multiple years. I mean, he plays well. He goes on kind of these like heaters.
He's
where
hot
like he'll go and he'll like be crazy. And I mean, his shot is crazy. The way he moves is crazy.
For how tall he is, especially.
Yeah. But I just don't think there's no reason for them to trade him right now because, again, they would just be putting themselves in a worse position again. Like, it doesn't logistically make sense to do that. Maybe in a couple of years, like I said, if they don't do anything else and they're still in the same spot and a couple years from now and they're going to lose him in free agency, then maybe. But as of right now, I don't think so.
I'm going to go a little bit, just slightly in the opposite direction because I don't want to go on 5. I think 5 is kind of copping out of like the likelihood, like the question. But I'm going to go with 6. I'm going 6 because I think, like Buffalo, we saw them trade away Jack Eichel, best player on their team. Obviously, there were some internal complications that are probably worse than Tage's internal complications, but I just think, like, nobody wants to be in Buffalo. We've seen Buffalo trade away their best player before. I personally think Tage Thompson is their best player. You could argue Darlene, but I think Tage Thompson, overall, most talented.
I agree with that.
If Tage Thompson makes the Olympic roster, plays really well at the Olympics, they see how much he could be valued. I think they try to convince him even harder, like, hey man, just stick around. But the other side of that is if they could get a package that they really want, because he is a valuable player, like teams would love him and he's on a low salary. Like there's a lot of teams he would fit in, either be on the first line and elevate a first line as a winger, or go on a second line and just make the team that much better on depth scoring. So there's a lot of teams that would want this guy right now. I think it really depends on, what Buffalo can get out of him. If you can get a huge package, you're still in the middle of a rebuild. So my thought process is it doesn't matter if you have him or if you could get something that you believe would be better than him to improve the whole team top to bottom, because he's one guy. I think Buffalo needs more than just one guy right now. So
Yeah, but who would they trade with to get a better player in return for him?
I
They would
don't know.
have to trade down a little bit and get some like potential players that are tracking to be
Yeah, and
better.
then just draft well later on to try and fill that spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it really is.
Excuse me.
It's like, is Buffalo rebuilding or are they retooling with what they have? That's a question they need to answer from the inside.
That's what's confusing too, because they've been in that same
Yeah.
space for years now.
They don't know where they are. There is no identity to what.
Yeah, I mean, the start of it was kind of when they traded Eichel, maybe even a little before then, because he was out for a while and he wasn't really. But again, another team that's fine with trading away their captain.
Well, another guy that could get traded with Buffalo that we could add really quick here. You don't even have to answer the 1 through 10, but Alex Tuch could get traded too. I think for sure Buffalo is sellers. Like they're going to sell off some capital, whether it's Alex Tuch, whether it's Tage Thompson. I think the only people that are untouchable there, I would go probably Dahlin. Maybe it might just be him. Like, I don't even think Tage Thompson is untouchable.
I could see them moving Byram as well. He had those issues in the offseason with like the salary and the re-signing with them and all that stuff. So again, there's probably I don't want to say bad blood, but there's no love between the team and him right now. So I could see him trading him.
Yeah. I could see them moving a goaltender. They have a crowded
they have like
room.
4 or whatever.
So they have Alex Lyon, they have Ukko Pekka, they have Ellis, and then I think they still have Devin Levi in the AHL, who they bring up every now and then. Like, they're gonna move one of those guys. They could probably get a decent package out of Lyon or Ukko. One of those two. I mean, they both play decently well. The team around them just doesn't. But yeah, interesting stuff going on in Buffalo right now. I'm gonna hit you with one that's a little close to home here. Likelihood 1 to 10 that the Avalanche win the President's Trophy.
Likelihood that they win the President's Trophy. Looking at it right now, I would say it's like an 8 or a 9. I don't think. I mean, as long as they stay kind of on pace for what they're doing right now, I mean, it's 100% doable. I mean, the other question too is likelihood that they're going to break the record like Boston did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Which they're already trending to do that. So, especially if they keep managing to get to overtime with all these games, that makes a big difference too. It's just not having regulation losses is the big one, and still sitting at only 2 regulation losses in the season is really good. So, I mean, I think it's pretty likely that they win the President's Trophy. Now, the other question too about that is, do I think that there's a President's Trophy curse? No, I don't think so. I don't think it really matters.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Do you want them to win the President's Trophy?
I don't care if they do or not. Historically, actually, President's Trophy winners are more likely to win conference finals and the Stanley Cup anyway. So it's just a superstition that some people have. And like, it's only because it's been more recently that you've seen that kind of stuff happen, like with Boston and before that, But no, I don't think there's some curse. Like if you win the President's Trophy, you're going to get eliminated. But I do think it's likely that they win it as of right now.
I'm going to go a 7 on both of those. 7 that they win and 7 that they break Boston's record. I think Colorado has gotten so far ahead already. Even a major losing streak wouldn't really throw them off track for either of these too hard. And the team is so good. I also don't think like Colorado really needs to add too much either. Like, I mean, who knows if they will, but
agree.
Like this team is so good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like online with like talking about like the Avs stuff. They're like, oh, who are they going to target in like at the trade deadline? It's like, why would you need to?
This
Like,
group is so tight knit.
yeah, if the why break it, if it's not broken, don't fix it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The only issue they have right now is their power play, which they did score on today. But again, power play is one thing, but 5-on-5 is better. I'd rather have 5-on-5 performance than power play performance
Yeah.
because you are playing 5-on-5 more often than not.
You're winning games already. So yeah, I'm leaving it at a 7 on both of those fronts. If they break Boston's record, that would be pretty wild.
Yeah, really, the only team right now that can catch them in any kind of time frame is Dallas. I mean, Dallas is what 6 points ahead of the next closest, which is Washington. So Dallas and Colorado are up there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're both feeling pretty good right now.
It's a good year.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is like, and I talk about it all the time, but even through all of these injuries, like we're having a phenomenal year.
That's the most impressive part.
You know what that is? Coaching.
Depth. Coaching.
It's coaching is what it is. It's coaching. It's line shuffling. It's figuring out who plays well with who. And guess what? Just like your team, my team, everybody plays well with everybody.
Yeah.
So that's what you want, depth and coaching.
Yeah.
I got another trade one for you here. Does Artemi Panarin get traded? Likelihood of 1 to 10. He is a free agent at the end of the season. The New York Rangers are now in a winning position. Kind of came out of the depths a little bit lately.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he gets traded. I'm going to go low on this one too. I'm going to give this one like a 3. Mainly because he's kind of stepped up a little bit. His play has gotten better. He's kind of, activated now. The team as a whole is turning around a little bit. So I mean, I don't see any reason for them not to try and re-sign him.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything that would indicate that he doesn't want to play for them anymore. I mean, the thing that New York has going for them is that they're New York, and like a lot of players want to play for them just because of their history. And to say like I play for the
city,
Rangers,
all that.
Yeah. So I mean that's a big selling point on their end, but I haven't seen anything specifically. I've seen the rumors that you're talking about, like, but you see that with everybody that's in a on the last year of their contract. It's like, oh, are they going to get traded away? But I don't think it's very likely. Yeah, I think like a 3.
Yeah, I'll go a 4 on that one. Really, it's kind of the same as Tage Thompson. I think New York would entertain the idea if they got some good packages because I believe he's 34 years old, 33 or 34. He's a great player, but I'm also leaning more with you. I think I was riding high on him getting traded maybe for a while when the team was down on their luck. But he has stepped it up a lot lately. New York as a team has stepped it up a lot lately. I believe they have a winning record now, or they're getting pretty close to one. But also the thing is I don't think he re-signs with New York. I think it's not in the interest of either side at the end of the season. I think he will probably be one of the top free agents come the end of the year and look at his options in free agency. I don't think, I think he's willing to ride out this season, and stay where he is. His family probably lives there, whatnot. But yeah, I think he is the best player on that team. He's been the best player on that team, and they're lighting it up now.
So you think he doesn't want to re-sign in New York?
I think New York doesn't want to re-sign him. I think both teams are mutually agreeing to part ways.
If that's the case, why would you not trade him then? Why would you not think that you would trade him? You let assets like that walk away?
Let me rephrase that. I think New York would be interested in keeping him. It would have to be on a shorter term deal because of his age, like maybe a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal, maybe a 4 with a low AAV. But like, I think for sure he wants to test out free agency.
Do you think they would be able to find a team that wants him and maybe do a sign and trade kind of deal?
I think there's a lot of teams that would do a sign and trade for Panarin with how good he is, especially teams in like a win now position. You know where I could really see Panarin? I don't know why, just in my head, I could totally see him in Tampa. Like him and Kucherov are friends. He fits well kind of in the way they play, but I don't think New York would want to trade him within the East, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It would have to be a West Coast team for a sign and trade, but it really is dependent on what he wants.
Seattle.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, but that's kind of interesting. That's a fun one. I could also see like
Because I think I don't know if you're going to bring this up in the rumors or whatever. Marchment to Dallas, Panarin to Seattle.
yeah,
Yeah,
Marchment, good chance
everybody
he comes back.
hated on Marchment until he is gone. You're like, man, I miss him.
Hey man, when Tyler Seguin tears his ACL, we need anybody we can get at this
Yeah,
point. All right, Duchesne's
yeah,
back. Bring back, Otter
yeah,
would.
dude. Tyler Seguin, my favorite Dallas Star player, bro.
Yeah, it's
Shame.
tough. It's tough. Maybe Otter would like be like, okay, I'm gonna start playing a little better. Bring my best friend back.
Yeah,
So and with Sagan going down, anything's on the table. Kadri, Marchment.
that's another one. I don't know if that was another rumor that you were going to talk about as well.
So Dallas is on Kadri's no trade list. I don't know if he'd waive that to come to Dallas to win a cup. Maybe.
I mean, if I was him, I would
yeah. Do you want to play Calgary or?
Yeah. Why would you like Dallas is a good team. Like, why would you not want to get traded to Dallas?
Come to Texas. It's nice and warm here. No snow.
Or back to Colorado.
Well, I don't know. Have you seen the mosques per capita in Dallas? I'm just saying. Just saying. By the way, I'm not saying anything off the rails. Remember when Colorado won, he took the cup to a mosque.
Yeah.
He literally took it there. So nobody twist this, okay, in any kind of way. All right. But let's move on. I'm getting a little off the rails. All right.
Okay,
Let's move on. Let's move on. Likelihood on a scale of 1 to 10 that the Florida Panthers do not make the playoffs.
Man. They do not make the playoffs.
Do not make the playoffs.
Man.
You're gambling with this one for sure, whichever way you go. It's a rough one. It's fun to ponder.
We talked about him a little bit at the beginning of this episode, and I talked about what's going to happen, like if they make the playoffs, and Bennett's going to go off, whatever, but they have to get there first. I'm going to say it, and this is going to be a hot take. I'm going to say a 7 that they do not make the playoffs. And that's not for any reason other than just what's already happened this season. I have no speculation of what's going to happen like after they're, after like the beginning of next year and towards the end of the season. But I think they're just going to be putting themselves in too much of a hole to have to come back. I mean, they're going to have to play too hard to get back into it. I can see what's going to happen. They're going to start coming back at the end of the season after Tkachuk comes back. They're going to start winning some games and whatever. It's going to come down to the last week and they're going to just miss. I think that's more likely than them just making a playoff spot easily. So I think it's more likely that they will miss than that they will make it. So I don't know if that is a hot take or not, but that's just how I feel about it. It's a hard one. That's a tough one.
Can I go 5 on this one again?
After you just got finished saying it's a cop-out.
It is a cop-out.
I didn't go 5 because you said that. Right. I would have gone 5.
I'm going 4. I'm going 4. This is a common trend I feel like we haven't seen too much on our show yet, is that me and Jordan tend to disagree a lot. After looking at that division just a couple minutes ago and seeing how tight it is and that they're only just a few games behind the top team.
I mean, they're 6 points off of the top team.
So when you look and you see how far down they are, when you just look at the team's logos in the standings, you're like, oh, they're bad. Yeah. But then you look at the numbers and it's actually not too bad. I think Tkachuk's can come back. Olympics will give a lot of these guys a little break, and Tkachuk will kind of get the practice he needs for the NHL and the Olympics. I can see Florida sneaking into wild card 2. Okay, kind of the same as you, but I have more optimism that they will make wild card 2 than you do. I just think the roster is so good, the coaching is so good. They're in a hole right now, but if there's any team that can dig themselves out of it, it's the 2-time Stanley Cup champs. Also, I think the league isn't going to let them miss the playoffs. Little conspiracy there, but they're too loved. And they have the Winter Classic coming up. Everybody, is all on this hype.
Yeah, but think about it this way. So this is a comparison you can talk about. You said them in the standings and where they're at. So Buffalo, right, has 2 less points than Florida right now. That's it. One game different than Florida.
Yeah, but look at who is Buffalo.
Does Buffalo have a chance to make the playoffs?
Who is Buffalo and who is Florida? Let's talk about identity here.
It's true.
Let's talk about who they are.
But I mean, it's going to be a tall task for them, I think.
Florida's just a little buried down under. They just got to get some hands going with the shovels. They'll get themselves out of
I
it.
can tell you this, though. They have to make a top 3 spot in that division in order to get a playoff spot. They're not going to be a wild card team because there's not going to be a wild card team from that division. They're all going to come from the Metro.
Only time will tell. I think the Metro might slip back into the cracks a little bit. We'll see.
I mean, yeah. I mean, right now, I think the wild card spots are all from the Metro. Yeah, they're both from the Metro right now. And the next, all of the teams after that are, yeah, I mean, they basically right now, if the playoffs started, in like a month, I don't think it's possible. Maybe, like I said, I only gave it a 7. I didn't give it like a 10. I gave it a 7. I think it's unlikely that they make playoffs now, but crazier things have happened. They barely made the playoffs a year that they went to this, their first year. When
3
they went
years
to
ago.
Yeah, when they went to the Stanley Cup final and lost.
Vegas.
So, I mean, never know, but
I'm going to throw another one at you. Likelihood that Toronto makes the playoffs.
Likelihood that
1 out of
Toronto makes the playoffs. I mean, they're
a
more
little
likely
down right now too.
I think they're more likely to make the playoffs right now than Florida.
Than Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so the Leafs have had some periods where they looked really, really bad, right? But I think they've looked better in more of their games than Florida has. Does that make sense?
That's fair.
I think that, damn, it's crazy to hear me say that. Like, that felt foreign saying that. I know, defending the Leafs. I never thought I'd be in this spot.
I forced you into it.
Yeah, they look, in some of their games, they look better than Florida looks in their games. Likelihood that the Maple Leafs make the playoffs, I'm gonna go, I have to go low on it. I mean, I think it's less than 5. I'm gonna go with a 4.
So you don't think they make the playoffs?
I don't think they make the playoffs either. No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I think they're more likely to make the playoffs. I mean, I guess if I was saying that, then I'd have to go with like a 3, right? To make it even.
Well, really, with this, you're just really confident in the Metro knocking these 2 out of wild card spots, is what you're saying?
I think that's going to happen. Yeah. And
if that's the case,
I don't think either of those teams, Toronto or Florida, are good enough to get into a top 3 spot in this division.
So I'm sticking with, I think Florida could crawl back in, just by the hair of their chin. Toronto has been a very inconsistent team, whereas somehow, I kind of agree with you, they've looked better than Florida on some of these stretches. But I don't think Florida is a more well put together roster than Toronto, for sure. They have more star players, obviously. I don't know. I'm kind of just down on Toronto this year too, as a guy who's usually pretty up on them every year. I'm not feeling so hot. I'm gonna give it like a 4 as well. I'm gonna agree with you on this one. And really, it's just because I think Detroit's better. I think Montreal's better. I think Boston's better, and I think Tampa's better. And those are the 4 teams ahead of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Time will tell whether those teams slip or not. But as of right now, I think they all play a lot better than Toronto does. I watched Detroit beat Seattle last night. It was statement win. Detroit's a different team this year. The Yzer plan's actually working. Toronto, I think Craig Berube is going to get fired at the end of the season. I think they're going to have to make some decisions with how this team is built and how the culture's shaped and things like that. So, yeah, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to give it a 4. I think they miss playoffs as well. And how weird of a year would it be if Florida and Toronto both miss the jig?
It'd be one of the best things to happen in hockey in a couple of years.
And that's hockey.
Having different teams make the playoffs, I think, is more entertaining than seeing the same, 16 teams play every year.
Talking about a different team.
Yeah.
1 out of 10 Flyers make the playoffs. They're in a wild card spot right now.
They're in the last wild card spot right now.
Are they, or is it Detroit?
Nope. They have the tiebreaker for Detroit because they have 1 less game played.
Do they make it or no?
I think they're more likely to make it than those. I'll give 10 is them making playoffs, right? I'll give this one. I think I'll give this one an 8.
Wow.
I'm actually big on Philly this year, and the game today against Colorado is a very good example of why. They held their own in that game. I mean, it was not a easy win for Colorado by any means. I mean, the score sheet and the shots on goal and stuff like that doesn't reflect accurately, I think, how that game went. Colorado, that entire game today, played just like shut down, just clear the zone hockey. I mean, they were not doing what they normally do where they're getting quick exits out of the zone and going on the attack themselves. A lot of it was just like them barely clearing the zone, getting changes and defending a lot. So they didn't allow a ton of shots on goal, and they only allowed 2 goals. One of them was on a complete breakaway, basically. And other than that, though, like, Philadelphia looked pretty good. They held their own and they've done that in a lot of games, which is impressive. So I can see them putting together, some wins consistently and staying in a wild card spot for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're a fun young bunch, and
if they get Hughes,
yeah,
like you said,
that too.
That's
one
a big,
thing I think also
plus.
we both need to admit we were wrong on is that goaltending was going to keep them at the bottom. Their goaltending has actually, like, Ersson and Vladar have stepped up to the plate, and can we chalk this up to coaching? Last year, Torts, maybe a little too hard pressuring his goaltenders, and Rick Tocchet is a total player's guy.
Well, also, defensively, they look different too. They're a lot more confident defensively this year, and they have played they're giving it their all. Like, they're taking those hits, they're blocking shots.
doing
they had
dirty work.
Yeah, they had a bunch of attempted shot blocks that didn't end up getting blocked, but they were going for it. So that's a big difference from last year when, I think that they were just kind of coasting last year. And I
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a coaching issue too.
It might have been like Tort's coaching style. The guys might have been overworked. He's very old school. He might be the most old school coach, and he's a media member now. But
he's an old school coach with a team that is not old school team. I mean, they're a new young team. So I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't always work that way anymore. I know that if I was a player, I would not work well under him as a coach.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and that leaves us with our last one. Okay, and I think we both kind of would give the same answer here, but likelihood 1 to 10 that Edmonton trades for a goalie. They're winning again now.
Likelihood that Edmonton trades for a goalie. If I know this team, the likelihood is like a 1. They're not going to do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because they're going to make the dumb decision and say, nah, we don't need to do that. Also, I don't think they can. I don't think they can trade for a goalie.
There's been talks about Tristan Jarry.
Yeah, I mean, sure, talks, but I mean, honestly, that would be a bad move on Pittsburgh's part. What are they going to get out of it? Nurse?
Skinner.
I'd rather have honestly, never mind. Might as well just play with an empty net. I'm kidding.
Nurse.
He's not, dude. The likelihood that they trade a goal, obviously, I can't say 1 because I can say 1. I don't think they're going to do it. They might try. I don't think it's going to happen, though. They have better luck just calling up a goalie and hope for the best.
Okay, I'm going to go on the opposite end here. They're winning. I think they want to stay winning. They have to figure something out. They know it's a lingering issue. I'm going to go a 9. I'm total opposite end of the spectrum. I think they're getting Tristan Jarry.
For what, though? That's the thing. What are they going to give up? What does Pittsburgh get out of this deal?
Pittsburgh will not get...
Would you rather have Jarry or Skinner on your team?
Jarry.
Yeah.
Skinner if you play the Dallas Stars.
Yeah. Turns into like prime Patrick Waugh when he plays.
Yeah,
Dallas.
Dude, turns into an undestructible beast when he plays the Stars in the Western Conference Final. But no, I'm going 9. I think they get Tristan Jarry. I think who knows what Pittsburgh gets? I think Pittsburgh is going to get multiple draft capital assets. I think they're going to get, because they know Edmonton's desperate. They know they're desperate. And Pittsburgh has defensemen to give. I think Matt Dumba is going to be an Edmonton Oiler.
Damn.
God.
Do you think Edmonton's that
Edmonton
dumb?
Is desperate, and you know it. You know it.
That's just that's not desperate. Okay. That's just stupid.
Pittsburgh, hypothetical trade package. Pittsburgh gets Skinner, a first-round pick, probably like a 4th-round pick, and Trent Frederick. Boom, call it a day.
That's such a bad deal. The picks are the only thing valuable in that trade.
Let me tell you something, bro. Do you think Pittsburgh wants Tristan Jarry? They tried to send him to China.
He's doing okay, though. He's doing okay now.
But I know he is, but he doesn't fit. They don't like his contract. They know they made a mistake signing him to 5 years. Like, he's not going to be good like this for. He's only good because Shelovs is taking the load. Like, he doesn't have to play that much. Like, and if you get Skinner and Skinner doesn't have to play that much, like, he's at least like a guy that could sit on the bench. Then, like, they're kind of the same guy. Just Jari's a little better. So why not rob Edmonton of something that can maybe help you in the draft? Pittsburgh already has the best draft capital of any team in the league. Why not just add to it and then build the team for Sid? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it works for both sides a little bit, you know? Like,
what if they trade with what?
Yeah, for one of the, I was thinking that too. So I was thinking Alex Lyon or Uko, or I don't know, maybe Devin Levi, but
I'd rather have Lyon than.
I would rather have Lyon too. Lyon's been playing really well, but
yeah,
like, would this? It's just sound bad, but would Lyon play worse on Edmonton? He has at least some help in Buffalo. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, do you want the real question is, do you want Rasmus Dahlin and Bowen Byram in front of you, or do you want it's really like, it's which one do you want? You know, I don't know. Edmonton's got to do something though, and I think they're desperate. I think they're grasping at straws. You know, it's if they're winning or losing. If they're losing, they're like, we have to keep the fans happy. If they're winning, they're like, okay, now we have to make the playoffs and we have to win in the playoffs. So what is the one thing we need to do? That's a goalie. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen this month.
Whoa, before the end of the year?
Dude, this rumor about Tristan Jarry has just been like gaining more traction. Like, it's going to happen. They said that their GM said that if Skinner and Pickard aren't playing well by December, something's got to give. So,
that's
let's
great.
Be honest.
But here's the thing. They can say that. Like, I just don't know what team would want to trade with them.
Somebody will figure something out. I don't know if if Edmonton's desperate enough to give you a first-round pick for. It would have to be with a team that has somebody in the pipeline, because whoever gets traded, whoever gets Skinner, they're not going to play him. He's going down to the AHL. Pittsburgh and Buffalo both have people in the pipeline. Like, and Pittsburgh has Shelovs now. They're happy with Shelovs. You know, like, man, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But
I'd rather have Pickard than Skinner if I was Pittsburgh. No, I think Skinner has to be in the package. Like, I think he's getting ran out of town, bro. Like, he's... What was that college coach that got, like, booed at the airport? That's going to be Skinner when he gets on the plane to leave. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah, Lane Kiffin? Yeah. Lane Kiffin, yeah, that's funny. Listen, those are all the hypotheticals I have for you today, man. This has been great. I've enjoyed talking to you. I've enjoyed getting your thoughts on these things. Like I said, fellas, there wasn't much to talk about this week. We're going to be signing off here, but thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for all the engagement. We've gotten a ton of it. Think about starting some Instagram and TikTok lives here. Yeah, keep an eye out for that stuff. That would be fun. Yeah. But yeah, it's been some good engagement this week. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of just lots of interaction on socials, mainly TikTok, of course. Everybody's way more active on TikTok for sure, but it's been good. It's been nice seeing everybody commenting and the discussions and stuff had, and then the live was pretty cool. So thank you, fans. Thank you, listeners. We'll see y'all in the next one. Adios.